In today's video, we're taking a look at a Muslim man walking through a Christmas market here in the UK and deliberately trying to provoke the people around him. As he moves through the market, he openly boasts about wanting it to become an Islamic market and claims that his religion is here to take over. He isn't saying this quietly or casually, he's saying it loudly, clearly aiming to get a reaction from the crowd. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe right now. Only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. He then goes on to mock the locals by pointing out that some of the stalls allegedly don't sell pork anymore, using it as a way to taunt and irritate people who are just there to enjoy the day. His entire approach is confrontational from start to finish. He isn't trying to have a discussion, he isn't making a point. He's trying to provoke anger, record it, and get attention. The footage shows him weaving through the crowd with a smug attitude, laughing and poking fun at the atmosphere of the market. Instead of respecting the event or the people attending it, he uses the setting as a stage to push his own message and cause disruption. The goal is clear: stir the pot, annoy people, and create hostility in a place where families and ordinary people are simply trying to enjoy a seasonal tradition. This video is about his behavior, plain and simple, walking into a cultural event and intentionally trying to antagonize those around him. Nothing more, nothing less. Have a watch for yourself.
The Islamic Republic of the Manchester City Christmas markets. Everywhere has became halal. Can't find a normal pork sausage anywhere. It's not the same anymore. They're taking over. I'm seeing hijabis, Muslim men everywhere. What is this? Alhamdulillah, people. The takeover has begun, people. Beware. We're coming for your bacon sandwich.
At the end of the day, this video is about one Muslim man and his behavior. He walked through a Christmas market making loud statements about wanting it to become Islamic and mocking the stalls, clearly aiming to provoke the people around him. Everything he said and did was deliberate. He was seeking attention and a reaction. In other news, England's Special Educational Needs (SEND) provision is facing what council leaders say is a looming financial crisis. With warnings that the system could reach breaking point without urgent government action, the County Council's network, which represents the country's largest local authorities, said accumulated deficits could rise to £4.4 billion a year. By the end of the decade, council leaders said ministers must stop ducking reforms as demand for statutory support grows significantly. The concerns come as the government delays a long-awaited white paper intended to set out changes to the system, pushing publication into next year. The postponement has fueled political tension, with Labour MPs urging ministers not to water down children's support provisions. They warned of political consequences should the government scale back existing entitlements. Department for Education (DFE) figures highlight the level of rising need. There are now 638,745 active Education Health and Care Plans (EHCP) across England, a rise of 10.8% compared with the previous year. New plans issued in 2024 reached 97,747, marking a 15.8% increase on 2023. The County Council's network believes that by the end of the decade, 1 in 20 children may require such support, placing considerable pressure on local authority budgets. Specialist school enrollments have risen sharply. Around 194,000 pupils now attend specialist settings, compared with 109,000 in 2014/15. Council spending on these placements could reach £8 billion by 2030, according to CCN estimates. The network said rising EHCP numbers are only part of the financial challenge. Increased reliance on costly placements and private school provision is also contributing to the strain facing councils. Families across England report long and difficult processes to secure the help their children require. Amanda Quick, whose 12-year-old son Ezra has ADHD and autism, said, "My mental health took a hit. I couldn't cope with all the paperwork, so I ended up getting a solicitor, which is about £200 an hour." Claire Naylor, who runs a Taunton cafe supporting SEN families, described her experience seeking support for her 6-year-old son, MJ, who has nonverbal autism. She said, "The EHCP process became a real fight and a real battle to get those provisions put in place. We ended up having to go to court, which took us over a year. We had to spend thousands of pounds on private reports just to prove what we already knew." The future of EHCPS has become a central political issue. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson has not confirmed whether the government plans to change or replace the documents. Campaigners and several MPs have asked ministers to guarantee that the legal entitlements remain. Helen Hayes, Labour chair of the Education Select Committee, is among those supporting the calls to retain EHCPs. Rachel Filmer, founder of the Save Our Children's Rights campaign, said, "Without EHCPs, children have no legal right to any support, so things could be catastrophic." Some MPs believe the delay to the white paper reflects internal disagreements over possible changes to EHCP. One parliamentarian said the level of resistance to modifications would be serious and significant, while warning that families' trust in the system is already fragile. Campaign organizations fear proposals could maintain EHCPS, but reduce their specificity, potentially turning them into more generic documents offering less individualized support. Conservative MPs have criticized the postponement of the white paper, calling it seriously damaging for children and families. Tory MP Saki Bhatti said, "SEN provision is vital to so many children, and that's why we all need the government to get its reforms right." He said speculation about possible changes had caused further anxiety to families that already face a struggle to get their children the support they need. Reform UK is preparing to publish its own SEN proposals. Deputy Leader Richard Tice recently said some parents were abusing the system, limiting support for those with genuine need. His comments drew criticism from families and advocacy groups who said the remarks misrepresented the challenges faced by parents navigating the system. A Department for Education spokesperson said the government had inherited a SEN system on its knees. They added, "We're determined to put that right by improving mainstream inclusion so every child can thrive at their local school." Officials said they had held more than 100 listening sessions with families and promised continued engagement ahead of reforms in the forthcoming schools white paper. Schools Minister Georgia Gould, who has recently taken responsibility for SAEND, has begun visits to schools and community groups as part of the consultation process. Labour MPs remain cautious. Neil Duncan Jordan said, "If SEND reform is about saving dough rather than improving the system, then it's not headed in the right direction." Rachel Maskell said she would not support reforms unless future budgets provide sufficient funding for schools, councils, and specialist staff. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.